Hello everyone, my name is Daniel. As you know, I look a bit crusty. I know. But anyway, I've been thinking, since this is a podcast, it's just nice to share thoughts sometimes. So the thought I was thinking about is because it's like during the day today, a couple of my friends were having a conversation. So this boy was like, there's this girl he was busy with, and then I'm gonna use a different scenario, but like there was this girl that they did everything for, like everything within his capability to keep this girl, you feel me? Like you would go somewhere, like it would be at a point where he has money for petrol or he has money to buy food, and you would choose to buy this girl food and rather walk to their place, So it was a thing of like, it made me think. I was like, damn. Like as guys, we've gotten to a point where like I learned that we're willing to go an extra mile just to keep this type of person that we love. And something that I've learned is that or something that I've actually came to a realization is that the moment as a guy or as a man you feel like you're going extra mile to keep a woman is because you have less access to that woman, like if you feel like you must buy gifts. I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying buying a woman gifts and things like that is wrong, but I'm talking about in general men who, like I've also been in that space where you go an extra mile just to keep this person. You end up buying gifts, you end up sending a man, like whatever that she want, you feel like you must do it because you feel like it's gonna get you a little bit closer to her, or you feel like it's gonna make you feel a little bit more loved or receive more love from her end because you don't get it. So the only reason why you're going an extra mile to keep this woman is because you don't have certain access to her, you feel me? So something that I've learned is not really about into the must. This whole thing that we've been hearing about into the must. First of all, that advice, you're getting advice on how to be a man from a woman. A dog can never tell a cat on how to be a cat, you feel me? So now that whole thing it's creating a whole other problem that even us men we're not even familiar with, or we're not even aware of that it's happening, So now if as a man you feel like you don't have access to your woman or to a certain woman you're busy with, that means you're gonna start going extra mile to get certain access or to get certain love or to get certain time with her, because you feel like you're doing 1 to 3 would give you access to her time and their love. But something that I've actually realized that actually women are the one who are in control of the relationship. We thought that it's because of into the must, a man must, a man if he wanted to, he could. It's not about us if we wanted to, we could. It's about actually a woman, if she wanted to, she could. Because at the end of the day, if I don't have access to you, that means I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3 to try and get that access. That means you're not giving, as a woman, you're not giving me that type of access that I want from you. And by access, don't get in the wrong way, I just mean like in general love and affection from a woman that I want from you. Because a man's love language, in majority, most men's love language is time and physical touch. Basically, me, I want to spend time with you, I want to cuddle with you. And that's the most that men want. Time, physical touch, communication, those are the things that mostly a real man wants from his woman. As long as he has that, you do everything. So the moment he feels like he doesn't have those 3, let me just say for instance, that means she's either giving it to someone else or she's not as interested as she claims to be. That's why she's being distant is more of a plus than the minus. So I think as men, we need to understand that we need to come to a realization of, if you ever get to that point where you feel like you are going extra mile to keep a woman, you should hold back, because at some point there will be a woman who will make it easier for you, because in most cases you're positive, she's a positive, but she's getting attracted to a negative. You understand? That means it can get to a point why in most cases where we see women leave a man with millions just to be with the average man who has a normal house, because she loves that guy. So if she loves that guy, that means that guy has more access to her than you did. Your money does not even keep her. So you can buy all the gifts that you want, but you still won't have access to her as much as you wish to be, because your gifts and everything did not buy her love, because she was loving someone else, so you had more access to her, which is simple maths. So I just feel like as men, we're just weak.
What do you mean by that?
We're we just weak to a point where we don't want to admit such things, which gets to a point why there's so much going on this earth right now. There's so much going on in this world because somehow they've created weaker men, they've created weaker men, like I said, like a man being told how to be a man by a woman. That's like a bad example, because now how can a donkey tell a cow how to be a cow? It's highly impossible. So I'm not saying we're taking all the advice from women, but somehow the world has to find a way to create weaker men to a point where like they can make anything run. Back in the days, like, our fathers used to come back home late from our mothers when they've cooked and things like that. They'll come back home to a safer place. They'll come back home to a peaceful place because the woman has made it. She has made it easier for the man to be a man into that house. So that basically will come back to a peaceful home. There's nothing that a man wants more than peace in life. You feel me? So once he feels like I'm at peace in this certain environment, that means he's gonna be his best masculine man as he can be. So I just feel like lately as men, we just little princesses, wanna be told that I love you every day, which is okay. Wanna be bought flowers for, like, I even saw this trend where guys are like, it's okay to buy your man flowers, like, like certain things we knew this were for women. So now a man wants to be treated the same way that a woman wants to be treated, which means there's two women in this relationship, which gets to a point where like you wonder why all your relationships end up the same way. You wonder why you end up getting cheated by all the women you're with. It's because you are the same in all these relationships. So the moment you're gonna get different results, it's when you become a different person. So maybe you need to be more of a man in a relationship, not in a violent manner, not in anything like that, but you need to be a man in a positive manner, know how to communicate to a woman, know how to let a woman be right. Like, best advice I ever had from married people that I interacted with is that a woman is always gonna be right, and that's how you're gonna be a happy man in that house, because they've learned that no matter how much arguments you may have, if you want to be the right person at the end of the day, trust me, that house won't be nice. So it's easier. Women, they easily forget, they easily move on. So it's just fine, let her win the argument, be a man and let her win the argument. And if she's wrong, of course, like after 2 days, after a day, you're gonna sit her down. Mostly she's happy because that's when she's there. Listen, mostly, what you did 1, 2, 3, I didn't like it, or nah, babe, I didn't understand. It was like that. I'm so sorry. You fix it. You communicate as a man, not to be sending a paragraph. She sends a paragraph. Like now it's a combination of who's sending the best paragraph or the biggest paragraph. Like, it doesn't even show who's the man in that relationship. So all I'm just trying to tell you guys, like, you need to learn to step up. You need to learn to be in your manly frame, to a point where like most things that will be going on, bruh, you won't be shaken by it. This is not being taught amass things like that, bruh. It was just a thing, a trend created by women thinking that a man, if you were to do this, you will actually keep a woman. Only to realize you do all that just to lose the same woman, because you got the advice from the same person who knows if they don't love you, they're pulling back, you're gonna give forward, think you're gonna win her while she's giving that energy to someone else. I'm not saying all women are like that, and I'm also not saying that if you do certain things for a woman, it's because she's pulling away. Now, in general, like even me, even another guy that I know, like if you love a woman, you show affection, because she's also showing you back affection. So my point of this video was basically about telling you to know when to stop doing certain things and not just be a simp to a point where you end up giving more than you should, while you could have just left and reserve that energy and give it to someone else. You understand? And be in a position where you are manly enough to make the rough decisions, and not stay in a place where you're not appreciated, not stay in a place where you're not happy. And I'm not giving you this advice based on a trend, or I'm giving you this advice from personal experience and also from things that I've had, and interactions that I have with people. Like, at the end of the day, you need to be true to yourself, where if something's wrong for you, it's wrong. As a guy, you must have morals, you must have standards of way, or you must have things that if a person crosses this, it's chai. Like, if it's chai, it's chai. And I say sometimes we're weak enough to a point where we don't want to do that, which gets to a point where, like, even though it's off topic, but where there's high rate of depression, where there's high rate of suicidal, there's high rate of men just being, more down and things like that, it's because we want to be so much in tune with our feelings. I'm not saying don't be in tune with your feelings, but I'm just saying that if a guy who goes to the gym based on how he feels, and the guy who goes to the gym because it has to be done. The one who will have the best results is the one who goes to the gym because it has to be done. Being a man is not easy, trust me. And I'm not saying we must put aside our emotions, we must put aside our mental health. Of course, that matters, but it also comes to a point where you need to understand that there's certain things that are not supposed to phase you as a man. They're not everything you're supposed to be emotional about it. Not everything you're supposed to be a princess about it. When it comes to a point where you need to be a man, be a man. I'm also learning from it. I'm also trying to adjust to it, because it got to a point where I felt like, my feelings matter. Why are you acting like that? I'm supposed, it gets to a point where, like, now there's two princesses in one relationship. It gets to a point where she might even buy me flowers because I'm also being a little princess in this thing. So, like, be a man to a point where your woman feels secure about you. If you are the best version of yourself and you are loving your woman the best way that she's ever been loved before, where will she go? Because you are the best thing that she's ever experienced before. So the only reason why a woman will leave you is because she's still searching for something that you are not even providing. And this is not even going down to money. It's not even going to, yes, no relationship can work without money, but even if I were to give you millions, if you're a bad boyfriend, you're a bad boyfriend. You feel me? So you might just know how to love a person at the level that you have. Even if you get to a point where you have more access to certain things, the moral of you being a good person, being a good friend, being a good partner, being a good husband one day, it's always going to be there regardless of the thing that you have. So I hope this message helps someone. And also, is it just nice to vent, or is it just nice to talk about my thoughts? Because I have a channel, where I can just vent and talk about things. But I just thought it was a nice topic to just let other guys know, because I know we are both suffering, like we're all suffering from this thing, but no one ever really wants to talk about it. No one ever wants to sit down and be like, you know what, guys, how about we just do things that we're supposed to be doing as men? How about we just step out of our shoes of this being this feminine man, emotional man, men who are so in tune with their emotions, and just be a real man and do things that needs to be done. Get the job done and just move on with life. And with that, I think you're gonna attract more opportunities, gonna be exposed to more better things, also be closer to God. Because of course in the Bible even talks about a man being a leader. So how will you lead if you yourself are not even sure, Because it's in a woman's nature to pass gossip, to pass messages, to be in tune with emotions, to pass, growing up we saw our mothers chilling in the corner there gossiping. It's natural, it's in their nature to have emotions towards almost everything, because it's part of who they are. So as a man, you need to understand that a woman is a woman and she's best at this role, and as a man, you're a man because you're best at this role. So don't play a woman's role in a manly body. If you want to be a man, lead your manly way and let your woman be a woman. And best believe with that, things gonna be better. Even your sister, be a better brother to your sister, be a better son to your mother, be a better husband one day. So I hope with that it helps you guys, and it would be nice to touch on these topics once in a while, also to help those that might be going through certain things that feel like they're not man enough in certain things. Because in this, I feel like this is just challenging mentally, mostly. It's really challenging mentally, but as long as we got each other, we talk about such topics that are scared to be talked about, I feel like we'll be nice. As you know, but I enjoy having fun. So even when I talk about such topics, for me it's also weird. As much as it's weird for you to watch me talking about this, it's also weird for me to say these things. So I have to come out of my own comfort zone and be a man. And also talk about topics that no one really touches on. But yeah, guys, I guess I appreciate you guys spending time with me. And I appreciate you guys spending your data on me and actually watching this, and I hope it helps you out. And I hope we had a lovely time together. Until next time then.
Peace begins where expectations end.